doubt that New York is one of the most influential cities in the world. I mean, I don't think anybody hasn't heard of the Big Apple. And if they haven't, they've certainly felt its influence in some way. With such iconic features like the World Trade Center, Wall Street, Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, Soho, the list goes on.
But, what is it exactly that makes New York so influential on a global scale? Fundamentally, New York has always been known to be an economic and cultural landmark of the world, making New York's hard power and soft power an extremely important factor. We now go live to Reporter One, joining us from Wall Street to speak about some of the ways New York spreads this influence.
Thanks, guys. Well, hard power is when a territory uses money or the military as a way to get what they want out of other territories. But when we're talking about New York's hard power, we're really talking about its economic influence. This economic influence exists in transnational corporations, also TNT. For example, we are here in front of the headquarters of Time Warner, TNT. But what are they exactly? TNTs are big enterprises present in multiple countries. These corporations represent a big economic influence for the city of New York. But TNTs are not the only proof that New York is a global economic influence. For example, the New York Stock Exchange is the largest of its kind, having generated more than $19 trillion in 2016. But what do we mean when we say stock exchange? These are public buildings where traders and brokers engage financial affairs. A final example of New York's economic strength is in technopoles. These are large urban centers with high-tech industrial research and development facilities and educational institutions. One example is Silicon Alley, and no, I did not just say Silicon Valley. It really is Silicon Alley. This last technopole is centered in Manhattan and is specialized in business and media and internet. To give you an idea, both CBS and the History Channel have their headquarters in New York City. But it seems as though maybe all this economic influence is almost too centered on New York City. It does not give other territories a chance to develop economically. This is why the government implements rules of industrial decentralization. What is it exactly? Industrial decentralization is a political process of diminishing the economic power of a huge industrial pole in order to help other territories thrive economically. And these places really need it because, as we just saw, New York City is their competition when it comes to the economic power. Back to you guys.
Fascinating stuff, guys. But surely economic hard power can't be the only thing that makes New York such a global influence. I mean, when you see people with a Statue of Liberty's keychain, for example, doesn't that also show New York's influence?
Yeah, or even when you see someone eating at McDonald's or watching something on the History Channel. All of these massive global corporations have their headquarters in New York. This huge diffusion of information has to count for something, no?
Yeah, so I guess the question is, what kind of other features does New York have that make it a global power?
Cheers, guys. I'm here in the middle of Times Square in Manhattan, which can be seen as the cultural essence of New York City. Here you can observe all the tourists that the city attracts, such as international tourists who have traveled outside of their residential country for purposes other than business. NYC is one of the most visited cities on earth, being the 5th destination visited the most frequently. This city truly is a cultural goldmine with landmarks such as world-class museums, which are among the best and the most famous in the world, like the Met, the MoMA, and the Museum of Natural History. It is even home to technopoles, which are urban centers with high-tech industrial research and educational institutions. An example being the Silicon Alley, a technopole specialized in media and internet, located in the...
Furthermore, it contains some of the most worldly renowned higher education institutions. Schools which can offer post-secondary school education, like bachelor's degree, master's degree, or PhD, such as Columbia University.
Therefore, NYC's cultural fervor makes it an active metropole capable of influencing and attracting the rest of the world, demonstrating soft power.
Great stuff. Well, I hope now you understand why and how New York is a global world power, as it not only has the economic hard power, but also the cultural soft power.
On the next edition, we'll explore the environmental effect of this global influence as it pertains to New York City. That's all for today.
And thanks for watching.